Evening, guys. A little later than expected. I wasn't all by my lonesome today for a change, so I decided to relish in the company for a brief time. But Tom has made his little excursion back home thanks to his lovely lady partner who is bringing him home. Not that I suppose I'd be his male partner, but she is a lady partner too. But nonetheless, it's just to say it's Tuesday, it's after the bank holiday, it's after race week. So I'm well aware that a lot of people are not in the best mood, maybe having the best week with food, and although we kind of covered this topic a few weeks back, it's worth kind of considering talking about it again. So you had a week where maybe it wasn't ideal, you might have missed some sessions in the gym, you were probably out a few times during the week. Obviously people are home, it's an exceptional thing and it comes once a year, and you might have put on a few kilos, put on a few inches. It's not necessarily a bad thing. The most important thing at this juncture is what happened, and you're going to move forward. A lot of people like to say, actually, at this point, Tuesday or Monday, we won't count yesterday, it was bank holiday, weigh yourself today. You know, have that starting point. And this is your new starting point. And you'll even find, if you've been weighing yourself regularly, if you've been measuring yourself regularly, you will see that even in the next week, there's going to be quite a little drop. Because what you put on in that week that you were off, it's not, I don't want to say it's really on, but what you put on in a week, you can easily lose in a week. What you put on in 5 years, you can lose in 5 years. Obviously, we like to do things a bit faster than that, but if you were just bad for 1 week, that is not something to worry about. Go back to the way you were before. Go back to where you were on track before, and it'll even out very quick. You would be surprised how fast. But the main thing is, try not to get into the old fuck it mode, which is to say that, like, you know, all of last week was bad, so fuck it. Usually it happens to people on the weekend. Friday night was not so great. You had something crappy on Saturday morning, and it's like, oh fuck it, the weekend's gone, and the Saturday and the Sunday and the Monday. It's like, even if you were eating crap Monday and you're trying to get back on the horse, it's like, just that happened, that's fine. Even if you had ice cream for breakfast this morning, all you got to say to yourself is, right, it is, if you have to check, it is 4:45 approximately on Tuesday. This is where I'm going to start to get things in line. So you're going to go home, you're going to have your good dinner, and you're just going to make a point to yourself, I'm not going to eat any crap after dinner. Maybe for a lot of people, it's like, I'm not going to eat anything after 8. Because the majority of the time, that's when you'll eat the crap. Is after your dinner, you're sitting at home, and you're a little bored. And it's that old expression, I'd like something fun to eat. Well, fun is usually not in line with the losing of the weight, if that's what you're aiming for. Now, if you're looking to gain weight, it's a good idea. And there are people looking to gain weight. Not everyone is the same. Everyone's a little different. Everyone has different goals. Everyone has different targets. But I would say today, get back on the horse. And don't say tomorrow. Just say this evening. All you got to do is this evening. Think about this evening. You'll wake up in the morning. You'll be like, I'll have a good breakfast in the morning. I'll have a good lunch tomorrow. And just try to get a little bit on track. It's only a few days left in this week. I mean, really, I see you get like 2 or 3 days on the trot. Maybe you'll have a little break you'll go out Friday night potentially. It's not the end of the world, and try to have Saturday morning back on track. It is about consistency, and there's a huge power in having consistent diet, a consistent plan, and an idea where you're going. You just got to ask yourself sometimes is like, if your goal is, for example, to lose 5 kilos in the next month, you have to think about it. You have to think, when you're having that biscuit, is this in line with my goal? Is this part of my plan? Is this going to get me there? If you have a plan which involves you having those biscuits and it is going to get you to lose the 5 kilos, well then yes, that's fine. But if you don't really have a plan, and you're finding that you're just eating these biscuits because they're there, or because somebody came and brought them to the house, because they're being polite, or because they're a gift, they're not really doing you a service. And it's the same thing if you're out and you're shopping and you see them on offer and it's buy one pack, get another free. And you're like, oh, that's a great offer, I have to get it. maybe it's not the offer for you at this time. And just think about that. Is it what you need now to get where you need to go? There's nothing wrong with telling someone, sorry, I don't want something. And I know in Irish culture that doesn't always work well, but sometimes you gotta be strong. You know, if some people think I'm a not very nice person and quite forward, but I will tell people when I go to their house, if they offer me cake, I'll say, no thank you. I'll say it 2 or 3 times, and I have been known to get irate if I get asked more than 3 times, so I wouldn't do very well on Craggy Island. But nonetheless, you have to decide, this is my line. And what I often tell myself, when there is something that I want, when there is something that I see as an offer, or when there is something that is just tempting me quite a bit, I'll often say, this is not going out of business, I can get this. So it's like, if I see cream eggs, I'm kind of like, I can get a cream egg next week. If I see a penguin bar, I can say, I can get a penguin bar tomorrow. I don't need to have this one now. Now, I know it's a bit difficult when somebody offers you the homemade cake or something of that ilk, but really think about it now. If you went over the last month and you thought about every time you ate something that was not on track, how many of those things were homemade? How many of those things were made by your mum, made by your family? A lot of them was, you bought a Snickers, you bought this, you bought that. Why can't you get that the next day? Why can't you leave it off? And it's difficult to leave things aside sometimes, and I know how tempting things are, but maybe the focus should be, don't eat any crap that comes out of a package in the next week. Could be an interesting challenge. If somebody home makes you a cake, yes, you can have a slice of that cake. If you home make a cake, you can have a slice of that cake. But no Mars bars, no Snickers, no crap that comes in a package. I don't know, it's an interesting experiment. I'm just thinking about it myself. Why not? I'm going to try it. I'm not going to eat any crap that comes out of a package in the next 2 weeks. That's my little promise right there. So maybe we'll try it together. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But it's worth trying. So guys, don't get too down after the bank holiday. Just try to find one little thing to focus on. That's going to be my thing to focus on. I've been eating very badly in the last couple of weeks because I was under a little bit of pressure at work, and I kind of had an idea that I had a diet for the last couple of months. I threw that out the window because I was under stress. But stupidly, I took that as a license to eat whatever the hell I wanted. And guess what? That didn't work. So I'm going to focus on one thing. I'm not eating anything crappy that comes out of a packet in the next 2 weeks. So today is Tuesday the 7th, and the important thing is that means I have to try go 2 weekends without eating crap. So I'm not going to eat any crap that comes out of a packet. Why not? Let's try this together. Sure, we'll check in next week. It'll be interesting if somebody has any feedback on that. Could work. And thanks for the kind words, Laura. So, take care, guys. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. And hopefully we'll all get back on track.